Last fall, I went out and traded in my 22-year-old X485 John Deere lawn tractor for this brand new JD Z370R zero-turn electric mower. I only had a couple of weeks in the fall to use it before weather set in, but I've had at least 6 times this spring to use it, and I wanted to share with you my impressions on using this mower in terms of the electrical part of it, the zero-turn part of it, and just the general overall maintenance and quality of mowing that I'm experiencing now. In addition, at the end, I want to talk to you a little bit about my newest purchase, a new Ego self-propelled walk-behind mower that I use for replacing my trimming mower that I've had. So if you're ready to learn about all that, let's get started. The first thing I looked into when considering an electric mower was, does the battery life last long enough so I could mow my entire yard with one charge? And the literature said that you could mow up to 2 acres. I have only 3/4 of an acre. And of course, it's dependent on how long the grass is, how fast you're going, whether you're bagging it. And I don't have to worry about that because I typically mow when my grass gets about 1 inch longer than it should be. So I went out and tried it. And true to form, I can mow my yard in about half a battery life, maybe a little less. And so I decided to try mowing it twice under one charge. And sure enough, I was able to do it. Did that twice. I had the third time that I didn't quite make it. We had had rain for 4 or 5 days and the grass was longer than normal. So the batteries running the mower blades had to work a little bit harder, evidently. And I ran out of power to cut. The mower blade shut down with about 2 strips to go. So I drove it back to the garage, which they leave enough battery power in these mowers to get you to wherever you need to go. Charged it up for 15 minutes and went out and finished it. So the bottom line story on the batteries are, I can get 2 mows in on a 3/4 acre lot without any problem, which is great. Regarding warranty, the battery comes with a 5-year warranty. I purchased an extension on that for $150, I think it was, for 10 years. So in terms of battery reliability and warranty, I'm covered for 10 years. So my first experience with electric batteries for lawn mowing worked out perfectly. The next big factor that I considered when going electric was the maintenance. Now, if you've ever owned a lawn tractor, you know there's quite a bit to do on maintenance on those. You've got oil change, coolant change, hydraulic fluid change. You've got a grease zerks, you've got air filters to change, you have belts to adjust and change. It's just one of those things that you've got a lot of things like your car that you have to do to keep it running in good shape. And I like to putz in my garage, so I do that myself, but it took some time to do it. Now, many of you probably call up the dealership or a local repair shop and let them do it for you, but that's probably $100 to $200, maybe $250 to do that every year. This thing, I have to sharpen the blades, I have to keep the air pressure up on the tires, and I have to keep it washed. And of course, charged. During the winter, you don't have to worry about that. So maintenance is completely different, a new ball game, one that I like. And probably the biggest advantage of going electric isn't necessarily maintenance, but is hauling the 5-gallon gas can and the 2.5-gallon gas can over to the gas station regularly in the back of my pickup, then lug it out of the pickup and pick it up and load it into the back of the thing. I swear that gas weighs more now that I'm in my 70s than it did when I was in my 60s. It's just an extra task that I have to do that I'm not missing at all. And one of the extra benefits that I get from that now is the storage that I have, and I'll show you that later, where I had a shelf set up to set the gas cans on for storage. I don't need anymore, and now I have a place to put my electric walk-behind mower. So maintenance has become a big deal that I've now gotten rid of, and I'm enjoying my electric maintenance on my new mower. The third aspect I wanted to share with you is going to a zero-turn type mowing from a lawn tractor type mowing. Now, we built the house in 2021, 22, and we started the yard from seed. And as you can imagine, there were tons of weed, there were dirt clods, there were pieces of sticks, things that you find in a new yard, and a lot of unevenness. And the X485 with a 60-inch deck worked great. It just mowed through those weeds, and we got through the first and second years with no problem. And then it just became a normal lawn to mow. And the X485 did a great job. But as I rode it more, I realized how much time I was spending turning at the end of rows. So you get to the end, you do a wide turn and go back down. And if you do that 30 to 40 times when you mow the yard, that can get a little tedious. And I thought about how a zero turn would do in that same situation. You get to the end of the row, pivot, and go back down, as simple as that. Not to mention the fact that you can possibly run these a little bit faster than the lawn tractor would go. And I found out that even with only a 48-inch deck on this mower versus a 60 on the X485, by turning faster and maybe even running a little bit faster, I could mow in the same amount of time, if not less, with the zero turn mower. So that was a great benefit. The other thing I found out was that the 48-inch deck cuts much better. And why is that? Well, the 60-inch deck, when you've got an uneven yard, you may get a tire going up over one and down. So this big, long mowing swath is kind of doing this. And you see spots where it might be cut a little shorter or left a little bit longer with the big deck. This one, either just from the 48-inch size, possibly due to the wheel spacing, this gives a much, much better appearance and cut and consistency. And I don't know if you can see that in the pictures I'm showing you, but I am more pleased with the quality of the yard appearance now after mowing with this than I was with the other mower. I think it's the best one in the neighborhood. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this spring I converted my gas walk-behind lawnmower trimmer to an electric one as well. The logic that I used there was the same, but what precipitated it at this time was, after using it this spring for the first time, the next morning I smelled gas in the garage. And as I found out, the carburetor was leaking, and some mower experts said it's time to rebuild the carburetor. And my logic that I used on my lawn tractor, it's getting old, you're going to have repair and all that, it's time to make the switch. I decided to do it. Now, John Deere sells the Ego products in their dealership, but I went online this spring and saw Lowe's had a deal where if you bought one of these, they would give you a second battery pack to use for your mower. And I thought, hey, that's a good deal. I'm going to go for that. So that's why I did it. What I want to do is quickly walk you around the features on this to show you that this mower isn't any different than your other mower. Some of the controls might be different to run it, but I'll show you how easy it is. So the first thing is the handlebar. It's got adjustments here that you can lower it down for storage, and then it's got this simple lever here that you squeeze in and you can fold it over like that for storage. And as you'll see later when I show you the charger, the area where this mower now sits is where I used to have my gas cans. So I freed up space by getting rid of the gas cans. So we pull that back, lock it into position here. The other thing is down here, this is what raises and lowers the mower height, or the mower deck height. So you just pull it out, slide it back, and it goes up. Take this and go back down, and very simple, raises all four at the same time. Now, from my perspective, I liked having the adjustment on the old one where you could just adjust one side, and then I could run those along the pavers of my house at a lower height, so I got a more smooth cut. But that's a minor detail. It's just a different way of doing it, and quite honestly, it's a slick and easy way of doing it. As far as the battery, as I showed you, the mowers come with a battery like this, and it's very simple to install. There's a little cover here that you pop up, and you just take the battery, slide it down in the trough, push it till it clicks, and then you just shut the cover and you're good to go. As simple as that. Now, as far as operating this thing, there's a lot of green and stuff here. All the green are the controls. And the first thing you need to know is these two here are for the self-propelled option. So if I push one of these now, you'll see the mower will move. Simple as that. And you just take your fingers off and it stops it. This lever here, if you turn it that way, it speeds it up. If you go down this way, it slows it down. And if you push it all the way down, it goes into a lock position. So if I go back up here, I'm going to go a little bit faster. And you can see that. Now, the good part of this feature is if you're like me and you're doing trimming, as you go around the yard, you don't want to be mowing while you're going from one area to trim to another. And by this will run independently of having the mower blade running. Now for the mower blade, it's a combination of this green bar here and this button here. And so what you do to start the mower blade is you press down on this button and then pull back on the green bar. And then when you let go of the bar, it stops. To re-engage it, you got to go through the same thing. It's a safety feature so you don't inadvertently turn on the mower blade while you're going. I'm going to turn it on and then use the walking just to show you how simple it is to mow. There you go. That's how simple it is to use this mower. Now let me just take a quick second and show you how I go about charging this mower and my other one. So I moved my mowers around here just to show you the charging of the battery and my other mower here. But as I mentioned, this is how I store it. And this area down here, I used to have a shelf where my gas cans went. I don't need that anymore, so I set this mower over there. Now to charge the battery, I'm going to move this lever out of the way. Go down and lift this cover up, lift the little green latch down here, unpops it out, and take this out. It's the battery as I showed you before. And then over here on the wall is the Ego charger that they give you. I plug that into the wall, and you simply just take this, turn it around the right way, take this, set it on there. You see the light flashing, and all of a sudden you'll hear it start up. And it shows a display on here. Let me see if I can show you that a little bit closer. And there you can see at the top, the flashing light shows you what the charge level is, and the battery's flashing as well. And so then when I'm done with that, and I don't leave the batteries on the charger when it's full or in the mower, I simply walk over to it, pop up this thing off the charger there, and then I carry this back over to a storage place I have for it. The last thing I want to show you is how simple it is to charge the Z370R. As you see down here, there's a little cover on the side, and it's got a typical male outlet. And all you have to do is simply connect an extension cord from that to the wall. And as you can see over here, right next to my Ego charger, I have a green extension cord here that I take, and I just simply unlined it, come over here, plug it in, and I'm good to go. And let me see if I can zoom in here. I'll carry this over and show you what the reading is on the mower. If you can see up there at the front where the feet go, there's a bar there showing the battery level and that it's flashing and it's charging. And then if I come over here and look at a closer display on the right-hand side, you can see the same thing. It says 55% of the charge is there, and it flashes while it's charging. And when it's done, it'll shut off. By the way, that 55% is after one mow of my yard, so I had more than half of my battery left if I want to go out and mow again. So there it is. That's as simple as it is to charge this John Deere Z370R mower by simply running an extension cord from the wall to the back of the mower. The transition from gas-powered to electrical-powered lawn equipment, frankly, has gone better than I could have imagined. The mowing is easier and even at times even a bit more fun. The mowing quality I get out of my Z370R and my Ego self-propelled walk-behind is fantastic. Honestly, in my opinion, I've got the best looking yard in the neighborhood. And then the other two biggies from making the transition, the first one is getting rid of these gas cans. Now this is a 2.5 gallon one. Imagine taking this and a 5 gallon one over to get filled regularly every week or so. No more. And finally, it's the maintenance or the lack of maintenance. rather than spending the off season fixing things and even during the mowing season fixing things, I simply have to keep the blade sharpened, make sure there's air in the tires, and then keep the mower decks looking clean and without dirt. Simple as that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, by all means put them in the comment section. I'd love to help you if you're in the midst of trying to decide if switching to electric is the right thing for you. Until the next one, stay tuned.